2 years ago, this body passed an NBI to create an MSEA ESP of the Year. The board adopted it as an annual recognition. Last year, we presented this award to our first ever recipient of the MSEA ESP of the Year Award, to Dorchester County's Andre Beulah. This year, we have another incredibly worthy recipient, Howard County's Mary Stein. Before I tell you about her, I want to thank the ESP Organizing Committee for reviewing the applications and forwarding the recommendations to the MSEA Board of Directors. Mary can look back on a long career as a nurse who not only made the lives of her students better, but who worked hard to improve the lives of her colleagues, her community, and her state. Mary served for years on the HCEA Sick Leave Bank Committee, bringing her expertise as health professional, and also served on the negotiations team, helping to achieve better compensation and benefits for ESP. She has built coalitions by bringing colleagues to ESP coalition meetings and played an important role in the paid sick leave coalition here in Maryland, lobbying for years on behalf of the bill, including testifying in Annapolis and participating in a discussion with President Obama and Senator Mikulski on paid sick leave. She has long used her professional expertise and experience to become a powerful advocate for her colleagues and her profession. That's an ideal that as an activist, we all strive for and hope to live up to. Delegates, please join me in welcoming our 2017 MSEA ESP of the Year, Mary Stein. It's all yours.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, as Betty said, my name is Mary Stein, and I've been a registered nurse for 38 years, the last 13 of those in public schools in Howard County, where I've lived my whole life. When I started working at Howard County Public Schools, I was coming from a background of working with organized labor unions at the hospital and had been active, or at least I thought. My first thought at new teacher orientation was to find the HCA table and sign up. That signature started my true understanding of activism in a passionate and impactful way. I eventually became a representative for the nurses, and soon after, a call to action came from a fellow named Paul Lemley. Our local president approached me to serve in an open board of directors seat. That was 6 years ago, and I still serve. About a year later, I was called on again. I was asked to support MSEA and their affiliation with a coalition called Working Matters, which was working toward legislation that would create a path for all Maryland workers, particularly our lowest wage earners, to earn sick leave. And I want to emphasize earn. They were not going to be given. It's earned. My testimony centered on the issues that students face when left for long periods in the health room or come to school sick when their parents have no sick time or resources. This work has gone on for 5 years before we were able to pass a bill that was veto-proof. And with your help, we will override Governor Hogan's veto in the 2018 General Assembly session. Thanks. We really need to get it done, guys. I'm not kidding. Because of that work, I had the great privilege to have lunch with 2 other coalition members, with President Obama and Senator Barbara Mikulski, right here in our own state in Baltimore. We discussed all these important matters as they impact students, the elderly, and people who care for them. This is when I realized how impactful my activism had become. Because I was passionate about this coalition, I made an impact with our president and our senator. And I'm here to tell you that you can all be more impactful activists too. We all know time's an issue, but I'm guessing there isn't a local president in this room that would turn away any amount of time that you offered. I mean, 30 minutes to count out Apple ballots, people, one time. Join a committee, phone bank, lobby in Annapolis, and most importantly, support PAC. Your PAC commitment is so important to the work we do as an organization to support our students and community. It is vital that we continue to be impactful activists, and PAC is a huge part of that path. Without it, we cannot support the students and our communities with important legislation that endorses candidates that support our schools. In closing, I would like to thank all of you who supported this nurse's passion. Thank you, Paul Lemley, for the invitation to get involved. Thank you, Karen Filippelli, Linda Furman, and Karen Randall for all the work you did to support this nomination. Thank you, Colleen Morris, our current HCA president, for celebrating this award with me. And finally, thanks to all that I have served with over the years for your encouragement, and those that I am serving with now that celebrate this award with me. Thank you, MSEA delegates, MSEA officers, and board. And have a great afternoon. Be impactful.
Come on, guys, let's hear it for Mary.